read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Zenobia Jordan claims she hired the defendant to help her perform an aerial stunt during her wedding and says his plan went awry before she could say "I do." Russell Crane says Miss Jordan knew her request was risky.
Okay, I see I've got Zenobia Jordan as my plaintiff and Russell Crane as my defendant. Ms. Jordan, you are suing Mr. Crane for $25,000. You say there was some negligence on his part. What brings you to court today?
Yes, I am suing Mr. Crane for $25,000 because I hired him for a service and I almost lost my life.
What service was that, ma'am?
He was supposed to do an aerial crane for me for my wedding. I wanted a big entrance. I love weddings, grew up watching weddings. I'm a big fan of all these reality shows. He assured me he could deliver with safety and that the brakes would stop. They did not. I went flying through the window and I had to go to the hospital and could not have my dream wedding.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so let's back up. So was this your first wedding?
Yes, my first wedding.
Okay.
You know, weddings are a big thing. I'm a Southern girl from the South and I'm Nigerian, so we do it big.
Yes, y'all do. Did you end up getting married?
No.
What?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We already paid for everything and...
No, but did you marry the man?
The wedding is we got married in the courtroom, but the actual wedding will take place next summer, so...
Okay, so the whole thing has gotten postponed?
Yes,
postponed. The whole wedding?
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. Okay, but you are still with your...
Thank God, yes,
beloved.
God is good. Mm-hmm.
Okay, God is good. Okay, let's try to wrap my mind around this. This is a lot going on, Mr. Crane. Okay, so let's get to you have a business.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, special events or just weddings or?
Well, it's in a special effects company, and we do weddings and concerts and professional theater.
Birthday parties and all of that?
Yes.
Okay, and how long have you been in business, sir?
12 years, Your Honor.
So this is long-standing, successful business?
Yes.
Okay, and this is, anything like this ever happened to you before?
No, in the 12 years that I've run the company, we've had an absolutely sterling safety record.
How did you hear about the company, ma'am?
I found them online.
Okay, and you read reviews?
Yes, I read reviews. I even had a meeting with him.
Okay.
He assured me everything would be safe and practical. We even did a rehearsal, and the rehearsal went very smoothly.
So like you're in a harness and all of that?
Yes, a harness and everything.
You got to show me this, Miss Jordan. You have some evidence with
I
you?
do have
Give
evidence.
Your whole folder to Mr. Elijah here. This is still quite shocking to me. Okay, so let's also, before I go further into your evidence, ma'am, get clarity on your claim. So you're asking for $25,000. Is it for medical bills? What is the $25,000 for?
The $25,000 is for the wedding. So the medical
that's already been covered.
Yes, he did pay for the medical bills, $60,000. I was in the hospital for 3 months. I feel like the $25,000 I feel like is a very light fee compared to everything I really lost that day. You know, non-refundable honeymoon we had to push back. I had to pay, you know, $5,000 just to fly my grandmother here from Nigeria. She passed away, so now she can't even be at the next wedding.
What?
Yes, so
I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. And I'm a motivational speaker, so I lost.
I can see that.
Yes, I lost so many clients and bookings while I was in the hospital. So that's also money I've lost too. So this is just to cover the cost of the wedding, which I feel like I am just due.
My goodness. Okay. This is really a lot, Miss Jordan. Okay, so let's go through some of these receipts. So everything I'm looking at, ma'am, is to verify the expenditure around the wedding cost.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm looking at a receipt for your bridal gown, $6,000. I'm looking at a receipt for your wedding cake, 5 tiers, of course, grand as you described. $2,000 for the cake. My goodness, okay. I see $2,500 here for DJ Big Squeak. The music must go on, okay.
The show must go on.
Show must go on. And then $5,000, this is, oh, wow, you had some formal musical entertainment as well.
Yes.
So this was for the string quartet and accompanied dancers. Yes, so this was a classical component. This sounds like this was really, I wish I could have been there. It sounds really beautiful.
Me
My
too.
goodness. $1,500 on just your bridal arrangement, the florals. And oh my gosh, this is very, very graphic, ma'am. But the audience, but the ladies and gentlemen in the courtroom do need to see this was the outcome of what Miss Jordan looked like after the fall. Let's see this, what she looked like after she went through the window. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Looks like I'm seeing some blood and dirt and debris all over the gown.
Just horrifying.
Yeah, you don't need to look, ma'am. I do see the remnants of the stained glass window cracked, and then there's a photo here of some of the physical damages on your arm, all of these scrapes and bruises. Ma'am, this is absolutely horrible.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
What went wrong on this day?
The dress got caught in the rear pulley, and as that torque increased at the front, the dress ripped in the back.
And she went flying.
And later,
I had purchased a collectible item, a toy, an expensive one. Mr. Bennett took it, confiscated it, and put it in his desk, and it got stolen.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Zenobia Jordan, who blames Russell Crane for ruining her wedding.
Mr. Crane, let me come over to you. I know it doesn't bring you any joy to see that, correct?
Of course not.
Talk to me about how your aerial service is typically executed and what went wrong on this day.
Well, Your Honor, what would happen on a normal Hoyer lift, which is what we call this.
A Hoyer lift?
That's correct. So there's two pulley systems. One was in the back of the church, sort of underneath the choir. And then there's a pulley system at the front of the church on either side of the altar.
Okay.
And those two pulleys on either side of the altar have an engine. And the idea is that the engine pulls the cable that Miss Jordan is attached to, and that sort of flies her towards her groom-to-be and the altar so that she can land with some dramatic effect.
And what went wrong on this day?
The dress got caught in the rear pulley, the one that is not attached to an engine, Your Honor, and that caused that pulley to stall.
Okay.
And when that happens, the engines at the front of the church on either side of the altar increase torque.
Right.
Trying to pull the object forward. They're trying to compensate for whatever is stalling the cable.
Oof.
And as that torque increased at the front, the dress ripped in the back, and she was unfortunately propelled
And
to
she
the
went
stained glass.
flying.
That's correct.
Literally went flying through the church glass window.
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you think? Well, because were you on site?
I was on site, Your Honor.
My God, you must have been horrified as well.
Absolutely, yes. And you know, I visited Miss Jordan in the hospital.
Is that true, Miss Jordan?
He did visit me in the hospital.
Okay, okay.
I have apologized to her profusely. She did sign a liability waiver.
You have that in evidence today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please give your whole folder of evidence to Elijah. Oh, my God, this is just tragic on every level. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, as you can probably imagine, there's some level of risk involved in aerial effects of any type. It is not normal for a non-professional acrobat to request our services. We made that clear to Miss Jordan.
Okay.
She understood the risks. She signed a liability waiver.
Yep.
And so in our view, we're not civilly liable for damages. Now,
Beyond the medical.
yes, Your Honor, we paid the medical out of my own pocket, the $60,000.
I do see there's several things that you did sign to, Miss Jordan.
Yes, they did let me know they had worked with churches and unprofessional people before, so it was
I understand
not only-
that, but I'm going through I have to go through the document that you signed, ma'am. It says that you agree that you have been shown the equipment. It says that you agree that they cannot guarantee a completely risk-free experience. So you understood that there was some real risk here that you were assuming, because that's what this signature means.
Yeah, so I did realize that you know, you signed that, I did sign that. However, with their track record, this never happened before, so I did not expect.
Hold on a second. Number 4, the client accepts personal responsibility, that would be you as the client, ma'am, of any unexpected changes in speed, and the client agrees to not hold Crane Aerial or its owner liable for injuries caused by unforeseen circumstances or equipment beyond normal operation. This is a lot of risk that's on this page that I just read out loud to this courtroom. And you say by signing it that you understand you're taking massive risk here, ma'am. Do you feel like these were worth the risk?
I did not expect this type of situation.
You know what that sounds a lot like? And I have such sympathy and compassion for you, Ms. Jordan, but when I hear you say that, it sounds a lot like I didn't believe that the risk was real. All right, let's see. It does say $60,000 was paid to at least cover the medicals, ma'am,
Yes, Your
because
Honor.
otherwise than that, you might, $60,000 will bankrupt most people. So that was covered. Mr. Crane has acknowledged that. And then last but not least, looks like you were refunded the charges for the service. Is that right, Mr. Crane?
Yes, Your Honor.
$3,000.
That's correct.
Okay, I'm ready to make a ruling here. I am actually very jarred by this. Honestly, y'all, still wrapping my head around what I have seen today. But, Ms. Jordan, we gotta weigh that risk with what the potential consequences and outcomes could be. And it just ended in the absolute worst possible way. And the only silver lining is that you're still with us today to be in this courtroom, quite frankly, young lady. Therefore, I'm gonna actually rule in favor of the defendant because I believe that this man is sincerely sorry for what happened to you. I believe he covered your medical expenses. I believe he gave you a refund even for his services. But I also believe that he explained to you in writing and I believe verbally that you were assuming enormous risk of epic proportion. Therefore, the court cannot give you damages on top of what has already been provided to you. I hope that you have a beautiful wedding now that it has been rescheduled. It's important that we prioritize safety and not take on too much risk than we can afford, okay? That's my ruling. Plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Leave acrobatics to the professionals.
Any final thoughts?
Doesn't really seem like he's sorry there.
Judges made their rulings. Please grab your belongings. Follow me.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
You're a very well-behaved young man, so you follow the rules.
Yeah, and while I was taking a book out of my backpack, the action figure fell out, and then my teacher saw it and confiscated it.
This is Equal Justice. Amanda Davenport claims her son's tutor confiscated a collectible toy, then misplaced it. Trevor Bennett says school rules ban toys at the Learning Center, and he doesn't know what happened after he put it into his desk.
So I've got Amanda Davenport here as my plaintiff and Trevor Bennett as my defendant. Ms. Davenport, you are suing Mr. Bennett, I see, for $200. And I see that you've got a witness here with you. Ethan Davenport? Okay.
Your Honor.
Is this your son?
Yes, it is.
Okay, excellent. What brings you to court today, ma'am?
I had purchased a collectible item, a toy, for my son's birthday. And unbeknownst to me, he took it to school. He had it in his backpack. Unfortunately, during the lunch hour, he went into the backpack to grab a book, and he left it open, and it fell out. The kids started playing around with it, and Mr. Bennett found it and took it, confiscated it, and put it in his desk, and it got stolen.
Okay. Mr. Bennett, are you the teacher?
Yes, ma'am, for a tutoring session in the summer.
Okay. Okay, so the summertime, you're manning the ship for classroom instruction for the summertime.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And what grade are these students?
They range in between third grade to as much as 8th grade.
Okay. Okay. Let me speak to my witness here, Mr. Ethan. How are you doing today?
Good.
And how old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
You're 11 years old. And what grade are you in?
5th.
Okay. So how did you enjoy being in Mr. Bennett's class?
It was good.
Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so let's talk about what kind of toy is this your mom's?
It was like a Funko Pop.
A Funko Pop? Okay.
A Sonic the Hedgehog action figure.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
When the end of class came, I asked for my toy. He opened his drawer. Then he told me it was not there.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with a dispute between Amanda Davenport and Trevor Bennett over a collectible toy.
So let's talk about, did you take this cool toy to school at some point?
Yeah, I took it to school, but by obeying the rules, I kept it in my backpack to show my friends after school.
For after school?
Because it was not allowed during school.
And you know that?
Yeah.
And you're a very well-behaved young man, so you follow the rules.
Yeah, and while I was taking a book out of my backpack, the action figure fell out, and then the kids started to play, and then my teacher saw it and confiscated it till the end of class. And when the end of class came, I asked for my toy, and then he opened his drawer where the toy was stored, but then he told me it was not there.
It was not there. So how about it, Mr. Bennett?
Just to clarify, there's actually been two incidences. The first time he brought a toy to school, I gave him a verbal warning, and he did not follow the rules, as it states in our policy that you're not supposed to bring personal items to class. And yes, I did actually take it, put it in my desk drawer, and then told him that he could have it back at the end of class. And at the end of class, I went through my drawer and I did not see it, so I was searching my classroom left and right, and I did not actually find it.
So let's get to some evidence, shall we? You mentioned something about classroom rules. You have some.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
You can give the folder to my bailiff. Thank you, sir. Okay, so this is the Focus Point Learning Center classroom policy, the institution where you work, and young Ethan here was taking classes. Students are expected to, of course, remain attentive, engaged throughout each session. Disruptive behavior not permitted. As we know, students must follow things. Personal belongings, let's get to that. No toys or personal items should be brought to the Learning Center, period.
Judge Eboni's verdict when equal justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
Do you have some evidence for the court, ma'am? So I can see what this item looks like or anything
Sure,
like that?
yes.
Go ahead and give that folder to my bailiff.
Okay.
You can give the whole folder, it's fine. Thank
Alrighty.
you.
Go. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I do see that it is a collector's item. I see that it was purchased for $219. You know, this is really sad. How do you feel, Ethan, now that your toy is gone?
Disappointed.
Now, did your mom have a talk with you about how, as much as you enjoy playing with these toys, that they're not supposed to be taken to school?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're going to take any more toys to school?
No.
Well, listen, I think I've heard enough here, and I am ready to make a ruling. I think Ethan is absolutely adorable and seems like a very sweet-natured kid. The person who has the most stakes here is not Mr. Bennett, it's you. So I'm not going to hold an 11-year-old responsible for these actions, but I am going to hold you as his mother what we call vicariously responsible. I agree that somebody needed to keep a close eye on this item because of its high value in nature, but that person's not Mr. Bennett, ma'am. He's not responsible for your son. You are. The court rules in favor of the defendant, and the plaintiff's claim is dismissed. That's my ruling.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is dismissed.
Well, yes, I'm actually thankful to actually be here, and I'm really sorry for what happened with Ethan. But as our policy states, don't bring personal items to class.
Any final thoughts?
Just disappointing my son. Yeah.
The judge has made her ruling. Please grab your belongings. Follow.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.